Hi everyone, I'm Kelly.
And I'm Erica.
And we are
Loc'd Souls.
Why? Because we locked in with Christ, baby.
And we want you to be locked in too. And today we will be talking about things we no longer partake in along our spiritual journey towards Christ.
Yes. The first one for me is TV shows. And the reason why is because they push, I feel like I don't like their agendas, the agendas that they're pushing. So it's like homosexuality, a lot of lust. It's just like sex. It's like a bombardment of sex, lust, all of this, And also I don't even like when it's the girls, they're constantly fighting and I cannot keep up. It's beefing and fighting, and she slept with her man this week. They broke up. Now they're together. I don't have the mental capacity to hold all of those that negative energy.
Yeah, I get what you're saying, because sometimes those problems don't even be our problems, and then after that we take them on and we don't even know why, and then we talking about it with our girlfriends and stuff like that, and we get to arguing because we don't agree. But them not even our problems. Them somebody else's problems.
I didn't even think about it like that. And it's no elevation. And it's also it's not solution driven. No. So I can see if a TV show maybe had we have a discretion towards one another, or but we're working towards a goal. It's even if they do, they back at it again. You know what I'm saying? Now it's a new
it's prolonging. It wasn't no real forgiveness inside of it. Because it was I just apologized, but then 2 episodes later, I'm bringing it right back up. So it's
yeah.
Did you really forgive?
Right. Or is it it's a new person to fight with? That's just too much for me. I can't. I actually cannot store. The way my mind's set up, I'm already a little forgetful. Yeah. I cannot store that. I can't store that along with it.
I ain't gonna lie. I'm here for a good reality TV show. I can't do baddies. I can't.
Okay, so that's where you draw the line.
No baddies, no Jocelyn Cabaret.
Okay.
And none of that. Nah, I can't. I just can't get into the more ratchet ones.
Yeah, are you more into some loved ones?
I'm more I'm a love person, so I love a good Love Island.
Okay.
I like Housewives, only because I feel it's a little mellow. They ain't really
okay.
It's more a bickering, not more a arguing, I'ma fight you animosity type of stuff. It's more little bickers.
Okay, so she not done. She not done with the TV shows yet. But you know what? Another thing for me is movies. And sometimes it'll have a great plot. But once again, I was watching this one movie and it was just murder, kill after kill. It was I counted, it was 20 people. Yeah. And I said, and now because of technology, how great they've gotten, I feel the gruesomeness and how they killed the person, blood splattering, you see meat, you see brains. I felt I'm desensitized because I feel I committed the murder, the act with you. Because how how in detailed it is and how gory. That's just too much mentally. And don't get me started on some of the scary movies lately. They've been kind of people have been going to the movie theater and actually being possessed. Yeah, so that's not by chance. Some of these movies are actually inviting or invoking these spells and spirits on people. So it's not far-fetched to see this actually play out.
Yeah, I remember probably in my early 20s, I was real into the paranormal activities type of movies and TV shows. I don't know why I had this fixation with ghosts and stuff like that, haunted houses and stuff like that. But I could remember going to sleep at night and just thinking oh my God, I hope I'm covered. So one for me would be music.
Okay.
So I became aware of the certain music that I listen to with my kids. Listen to them listening to certain music. I'd be what you listening to? Cut that off. Cut that off. My ears didn't want to hear, but then I had to sit there and think how come I could listen to this music, but I don't want my kids to listen to this music? I mean, because I just found their ears to be like so innocent.
Okay.
But when I sit there and actually think about the lyrics to all of the music that I was listening to, this is nothing that I would do in my daily life. Like, this is not me. So while I'm listening to it, letting this in my ear, like, I always had discernment to know, like, right or wrong, like, with the things that I'm listening to. But then after that, it's like, why am I even partaking in this when it's not even beneficial to me?
Right. So the music, the beats and everything usually get people. And, you know, that's something I abstain from too, you know, because I felt like I'm participating in spiritual worship. And it's not towards God. And like somebody, it's nothing wrong with like maybe a happy song or something like that. But a lot of these songs are really another form of initiation, and we realize it now as people are saying they're going into concerts and they're saying, hey, all of y'all coming in here with me, or on the screen graphic. You know, what about Astro World with Travis Scott? Like, this is not something, these paranormal activities are not just by chance. This is things that you're participating in and you're inviting it in, and, you know, along with it. And as you're saying the music over and over again repetitiously, those are like chants. And that's like, it starts to become your own thoughts. And even if you're not like actually going out, okay, I listened to a song about murder, it could be creating hatred in your heart, or you're complicit with it, or you agree because you don't disagree.
One for me would be drinking.
Okay.
And I mean, like, excessively drinking. I used to drink to the point where I'll have a hangover and I'll throw up. And I remember saying time and time again, like, because I kept on drinking excessively. But I remember saying time and time again, like, I ain't going to drink no more. This is my last time drinking. I ain't going to drink no more. And I know some of y'all in the comments going to be like, drinking is not a sin. And you're correct. But I was drinking to the point where I would let it overtake me.
Yes.
Like, I would be a completely different person. It's a reason why Jamie Foxx said, blame it on the alcohol.
Okay.
Because my judgment used to get so cloudy when I was drunk. And sometimes I remember waking up and not knowing what I did or things that I said the night before. And it took for someone to like call me on the phone and be like, Erica, like, you did this or you said that. And I don't remember it. So it got me to a point where I had to sit and think, like, so if it wasn't me who did or said, because sometimes it used to be outside of my character.
Okay.
So I'm thinking, like, who was that in me?
Well, what was that in me?
What was that in me? Because that's unlike me.
Right.
That's not me.
And that's another reason why they call it spirits.
Yeah, it's a reason.
Yeah. So for me, I forgot, because I don't really drink, you know. I forgot that when I was very young, before I was even supposed to be drinking, I had started drinking. And I was like, you know what? I stopped it really early, because I remember even ending up in school like that. And the teacher helped me and she didn't tell on me. And I started to see myself at a very young age possibly going down this pathway that my family goes down. So I have like a on both sides, I have like a form of like alcoholism. A lot of people are actually what is that? When you're an addict but you're functioning addicts. And some of the people in my family are like the sweetest people. And then you'll see them in a whole nother realm. It's like, who is this person?
Yeah, I feel as though like the enemy take that as an entryway in to like keep you controlled, because also during them times I feel as though like some of the times where I feel like I drunk the most successfully is like when I was depressed. When I was depressed. And I feel like the enemy knew that I was depressed. So he knew that that was, the entryway in. But it's a scripture that says, and do not get drunk with wine. This is a debauchery, but be filled with the Spirit. So coming back to Christ, that was one of the first things, like when I told God to, get rid of things that's not like him.
Yeah.
That was one of the first things that he told me to get rid of, along with fornication. And now I'm to the spot where I can't stomach the smell of hard liquor. I cannot stomach the smell of hard liquor. It like turns me off completely. Like it like make me nauseous and sick. And then after that, like more frequently, like with the wines that I drink, I feel as though like I got a distaste for even the wines, because this is like, I always find a problem like, oh, it's too sweet. Oh, it tastes like wood and butter. Like
wood and butter?
I swear I drank some Chardonnay and it tasted like wood and butter to me.
What does wood and butter?
I don't know. Them was the tastes.
Wood and butter.
Them was the tastes that I got.
Okay.
And
wood and
yeah, those was the two tastes that I got. And it's like, now it's like I'll drink like occasionally, like at a family gathering or something like that.
Me too. That like one and done. I'm one and done. I'm one and done.
Yeah, I don't think like now I go past like 2.
Yeah, I can't. Yeah. And it has to be sweet.
Once after I feel like I'm too spot. Well, I don't even have to feel like, like tipsy or okay. Yeah. It's just like, okay, like I'm done.
Yeah, that's it for
me.
me.
It's like after 1, maybe 2, like, yeah, I'm done. No more than 2 though.
Okay.
Yeah. And like I said before, God, one of the things that he told me to get rid of is fornication. And I am so proud of this, because this had led to me getting married.
Ooh.
After 13 years of being in a relationship. Like, this is one of the things. I was in my relationship for 13 long years. And we always talked about marriage, but we never actually did it. And it took for me to, like, come back to Christ and, like just talking to him and asking him to remove things that's not like him. And he kept saying fornication. I was like, that's hard, because like I'm in a relationship. How do you remove that when you actually been, in the act?
Yeah.
With this man. And then I said this man.
But you
with my husband, but
he was your
yeah, right. He was my man. It's my man.
Right. But you did though. Remember you told me you did actually honor God in that way.
I did. So I told him I could no longer be fornicating with him, because I'm taking my journey with God seriously.
Yes.
And to my disbelief, he was okay with it. I was shocked. I was like, hold on. He was like, okay. And I'm just like, all right. I was like, so I'm not having sex with you until I get married. He was like, okay. He was like, so when do you want to get married? I said, hopefully soon. And he was just like, okay, so when you going to start planning it? I was like, oh, I guess immediately.
Well, that was simple. That worked out. That worked out.
But it was just a wonderful moment, because he actually did like respect me for like 3 long months during like the leading up to like the planning and everything like that, to us getting married. But he really respected my boundaries.
So for me, fornication was a big one. Now I've been saved since a young child, so all of this is like a journey, like you said, moving forward, progressive. But for me, the fornication was like my biggest hurdle. And it wasn't because I wasn't actually delivered. That's the thing about it. It didn't have anything to do with that. It was because of my deliberate disobedience and my lack of faith. So initially fornication, I felt like I couldn't get married unless I tried it out first. And I felt like my desire was to be married for the sole purpose of fulfilling my flesh. I'm gonna be honest. Like, you know how some people, you know, they really think this out. Like, I literally was being driven by my flesh to fornicate. And like I said, the lack of faith and fear. Like, oh, I know people that have gotten married and withheld, but it probably not gonna work for me. That was my thinking at the time. Yeah. But it was always an option. I never left it off the table. But now, when we came together, we was like, we gonna really walk this walk out wholeheartedly. And plus, I didn't want to get left by the rapture. When Christ coming back, I said, you know what?
Make sure you on.
The signs of the time is everything is drawing near. I don't have time to be getting left because of a person that a lot of times was mistreating me. Because if they didn't discipline their flesh, I didn't discipline my flesh. Then how was it going to work? You know? Yeah. And so God, you know, I'm glad that it went the way it did. But those relationships, however, so for me now, it is definitely is off the table. If you're not focusing on Christ, if you're not in abstinence also for Christ, then it's a no deal. I lead with that. Yeah. I literally lead with that.
That's really good. And I want to say one of the things that probably got me to the spot that I got to with the drinking and the fornication was I prayed and I fast. I prayed and I fast. I prayed almost every night while I fast. I stayed in them scriptures like hard. Yeah. It like gave me strength to get through it because I knew if I didn't do certain things that, I wasn't going to make it to that rapture.
Yeah.
I knew I wasn't going to make it. And it's like, I'd be dag if I get
I cannot be left behind. Like I'm like, I can't see myself now having the relationship that I have with Christ, having a relationship that I have to not be in his kingdom and be separated from him eternally. I just couldn't fathom it. Yeah. It's no way that I could just partially walk a walk. Why not just finish the job?
Yeah, I feel as though like I was reading scriptures about being lukewarm. You know, and I'm like, oh no, I can't be lukewarm. If I'm gonna do this, I gotta do this fully.
Yeah, it's like
I gotta put all in. I gotta sacrifice some things. I gotta surrender some things.
I started to realize that I had a God before him. He said no other gods before me. I had a God before him, and
that's important to remember.
I couldn't do it any longer. I was very tired. I was like, no longer can I can't.
Yeah,
I can't.
So another one for me will be clubbing. Now, I don't know if this one necessarily like my walk with Christ. But because I feel like it could be a little bit of my old age. I just don't like putting myself into like certain crowds or like doing certain things no more.
You know what? They have an actual, I've heard of 2 clubs. They're not clubs, but they're like catered towards Christian, that environment.
Yeah, I would like to do something like that. If I could praise the Lord and still, give the Lord.
It's like, what is it called? One is in Atlanta. It's called the Ark or Ark. I think it's the Ark. And another one I've looked into, it was like in Florida. For those who still like to party, but you gonna have a wholesome environment. It's called Joyful Noise. I think noise is spelled with a Z.
Yeah, it's like now I just rather go to like a little restaurant, or have like a little girls' little gathering, like with my little family and friends.
Okay. so another one for me would be my clothing, my attire. So I would dress a little. When I was younger, I would dress a lot younger. I would dress a little bit more provocative, a lot more skin showing. That's yeah, that was like, as I become like more mature in Christ, it's like I don't want it, showing as much. I even had in the salon I was working at, I even had the young lady tell me that why wouldn't I wear this particular dress? I think somebody came in was kind of selling a dress. It was really form fitting, and she was like, why wouldn't you wear this? I said, I don't like the attention.
Oh,
I said, I don't like the attention. And it became a big debate. Like and then people were like, girl, if she don't want to wear it, wow. I'm like, the negative attention that I get when I dress a certain way is not really what I'm actually, don't have necessarily the characteristics that I'm looking for in a man. So why am I intentionally drawing this to me? I don't want this.
Ooh, yeah.
Because I want somebody that sees me. Right now, you don't see body. You seeing body. You don't see a heart. You don't see who I don't feel like I don't feel seen if it's too much. It's too much to look at. For most women, it's just you give this, you give them that, you give them. It's so much to look at. How can they even focus? How can they even men are visual? How can they even think? Can't even look past what's in front of me. So,
and it's the same with them guys too, with them little gray sweatpants and stuff like that, or little sports shorts.
I don't know if that's on purpose though, Erica.
I don't know either, but I'm just saying we can't just put it all on the women, because y'all don't get no little free outers. Y'all know what y'all be thirst trapping with them
with the pant when the shorts a little too tight. That's what you saying?
Because I'm not letting my husband come in and come outside like that.
No, that's so off limits for you.
Nah.
Okay.
He could wear those in the house.
I got you.
It's for me to see.
So, you know what? Another one for me is like symbols.
Oh yeah, like on your clothing or like even like with
demonic
the drinks
symbols.
and stuff. Like now they got a drink called Liquid Death. Like I would never.
No, indeed.
It's just scary.
Are you drinking liquid death? I would drink liquid life, but liquid death, I don't see any. You know what else? I saw something on the person because she was saying she does spells on all the cans or. She was in, I don't know how I got to see this. I don't know if I don't know where I was, but she was actually doing spells on the stock. So they had it like stocks and she was like, yeah, I do spells. She was proud of herself. She was like, I do spells on all the cans. I was like, yes. With a name like Liquid Death, I would assume you do spells because and I'm drinking it, no, I can't. Liquid, where am I going to die after? Yeah, name alone. I'm trying to live. And you got Liquid Death. So that's about all I could think of for right now, That's about sums up what I pretty much.
I do feel like we should do another one because I feel like it's some things that I'm still working on.
Oh, maybe things we still working on. Maybe
I think we should do that upcoming.
Yeah, upcoming.
Things we still working on.
Yeah, as we following Christ.
Yeah. So we want y'all to follow Christ, stay locked in with us, and most importantly, stay locked in with Christ.